Just out of curiosity, I mean, you mentioned having intensively studied Yiddish and then Hebrew. Do you use the two languages differently? Do they feel different to you and meet different needs for you?
Yes. I mean, first of all, my Hebrew is not as good as my Yiddish. So right there's a difference. I mean, I suppose even going to when my Yiddish was fairly rudimentary, Hebrew never hit me in the same way. I guess you could say if I was really a dyed-in-the-wool Jungian, which I can't say that I was, that I would have tapped into a deeper well of the sort of Jewish collective unconscious or something, and I would have been just as smitten by Hebrew as I know many friends and colleagues are, and I love Hebrew, and I've loved learning Hebrew and continue to, but I think it was largely a product of just the situations in which I was learning things. And I think also, I suppose that maybe not at the very beginning of learning these languages, but at some point along the way, I had to have an awareness that the life that my ancestors, that my grandparents, their parents, etc., were living in Eastern Europe was not a life that was lived on a daily basis, day in, day out, in Hebrew. Obviously, Hebrew would have been important to them in various ways, but Yiddish was their mama lashon, and I was conscious of that from the very beginning, and I think that was always sort of part of my connection to Yiddish, that there was something that I was maybe engaging in some kind of a conversation with people who came before me, many of whom, although I wasn't born until the 1960s, so it's not as if I experienced this rupture as a child, but I think as soon as I started to become aware that I had family who perished in the ghettos and the camps and in other ways, I guess you could say that I missed them in a way. I wish I knew them, and this was partly. It was partly, I guess, a tribute to them, or it was partly, the people call Yiddish also Lashon Kedoshim, punning on Lashon Kodesh, the holy tongue that is Hebrew and Aramaic, as opposed to Mama Lashon, that is, the mother tongue, that's Yiddish. And after the Shoah, some people referred to Yiddish as Lashon Kedoshim, the language of the martyrs, because most of those who were murdered by the Nazis were Yiddish speakers, and so just on a familial level, as well as the larger sort of peoplehood and human level, I would hear about this great uncle or that great aunt, and thought, I wish I knew them, and not that I was learning Yiddish so I could go to a seance and channel them or something, but there was some sort of relationship there. There was some kind of sense of continuity that accounts for at least a little bit of that difference.